This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob, and today we're going to be taking a look at something that I truly feel is amazing from, as you know, I always say, is an amazing company, and one of my favorite companies of all time, and that's GMT Games. There's no doubt about that. We are going to be taking a look at a game that I always envisioned and had hope for, that you could play solo without playing it on a computer. And that is Twilight Struggle. This is a standalone Red Sea conflict in the Horn of Africa. And they got a nice little write-up here. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this on the other side. But this, it's the year's 1974. Of course, the United States and America are locked in a struggle. And then the Emperor of Ethiopia, a bedrock U.S. ally in Africa, has grown old and increasingly dictatorial. In 1974, a group of young Marxist officers staged a coup and took hold of the reins of power. This revolution in leadership sparked a chain of events that upset the region's balance of power and unleashed an all familiar elements of the Cold War competition in the Horn of Africa. Now, this is part of their lunchtime series. And you can play this solo, and you can play this with two people in under 30 to 35 minutes. We're going to open up, take a look at some of the components, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk a little bit about this and some of the things that you can do to make it a little bit of a longer game and so forth and so on. But boy, they just keep killing it, don't they? Let's go down the table and check it out. So I just wanted to give you a quick look at this. You get this nice little board. This is perfect for any type of lunchtime that you want to do. Of course, you're going to have all the beautiful markers that they had with the original that just absolutely stand out, which are beautiful. The beautiful cards. You're going to be fighting from mid-war into late war, okay? And the nice thing about this is you can add cards from Twilight Struggle to make it a longer game. This takes about 30 to 35 minutes. You could play it solo, or you can play it with two people, which either way, it's really remarkable. You got your charts here, of course, for both sides. You've got your smaller map, your military operations, your space race track. The rules are just very simple, of course. You are going to have your rule book for experienced players. It's going to go over, it's going to talk a little bit about, the certain, the autonomy of everything going on, giving you a nice introduction, and then just going over some of the gameplay setup, some of the things that you're going to want to do to get this going. This really is remarkable. If you played Twilight Struggle, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. Also a breakdown of the DEFCONs and so forth and so on. Card options that you can use from Twilight Struggle. They give you a list here to go over everything. And then you have your solo rules, which is just really great because it's about 12 pages long. It explains how to play as the AI, how to have that go. Some decisions may happen that you'll kind of scratch your head about. They said, be smart about it and just make the smart decision that'll test you more. If the AI causes you to do something that you don't think would normally happen, or doesn't help your opponent, change it. Be smart, be fair, and test yourself. And that's what this is really about, is testing yourself and giving yourself a great experience. The rules are about 12 pages long. Really explaining how action rounds and how the AI works. And then on the back here, you're going to have how the card backgrounds, how the different cards, everything about the cards, which I always find enjoyable, and it's just a great read. and that'll take this whole book up to about 28 pages. This is a must-have. If you are a Twilight Struggle fan, this is a must-have. And there was no doubt that this was going to end up in my collection here. I think it should be in yours. Go check it out. Get this. You won't be disappointed. Let's go up top and give my final thoughts on Twilight Struggle, Red Sea Conflict in the Horn of Africa. Now, one of the things I made a mistake by just taking a look at it real quick was I thought that you can add this board to Twilight Struggle. I said, oh, this is an expansion that's going to make it bigger. No, it is a game on its own. So let's make sure that we did that. And I think I made a mistake of saying that on the podcast, that it was actually something that would be a bigger part to it. But what you can do is take the you could take some of the stuff from Twilight Struggle and add it into this to make for a longer game. You're going to be using cards, and it gives you in the solo rules that you in the regular rules, which as you saw were the solo rule book was a lot longer because it showed you some of how things work solo wise. The rules were only 12 pages long, and then the additional rules for an experienced player were only 15 pages long. What you can do is take, because this is basically mid and late war cards, you're going to be taking that from your Twilight Struggle, adding it into this and making a longer game if you wanted to. Very interesting subject because of how crucial this region just kind of fell apart and how they went about it. Victory points, as I said, 10 victory points, or if somebody declares nuclear war on another player's turn and things go south, then that other player is a victor. But again, having the ability to play solo, I think, is just such a huge thing because it's something people always wanted in Twilight Struggle. And I believe there are some solo rules out there on BGG if you take a look. The components through the roof, of course. It's GMT. Everything about this just screams greatness. It's something I really suggest if you want to breathe a little life back into the game here, which never grows old. But Twilight Struggle is an all-time classic. It's something I really suggest. This Red Sea Conflict in the Horn of Africa is glorious, and you should have it. Go get it. You won't be disappointed. GMT just always, and I say this all the time, knocking it out of the park. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob from War and Pieces. We'll see you soon, everybody.